Hey everyone, so I did a video recently about Ron Paul. It was actually quite a popular video. It's got over 500 views since the last time I checked it. It wasn't by no means it wasn't a comprehensive video by any means. It was just it did what I wanted to do basically, which was to clarify my position on Ron Paul and sort of explain why I could never ever vote for someone like him, even if I could. Basically, he has a couple of good ideas, but about a million bad ones. If you're looking for a more comprehensive video, I'd advise you to go and check out FederalistFilms video, which I'll link in the low bar. Although that video's got over 10,000 views now, so chances are if you're actually watching this video or subscribed to me, you've probably already seen it. But I'll link it in the video anyway, just for the few that haven't. It really is a great video. It goes into pretty much all aspects of American politics and opinions that Ron Paul has voiced over the years, and really gets to grips as why this man would be terrible if he was running the country. Now, as a lot of people know who have ever done a video about Ron Paul, even just if you're criticising just the tiniest bit, you'll get a deluge of comments from Ron Paul supporters just basically deriding you and everything you've ever done. But what I was not expecting is comments of such wit and logic that they've actually turned me into a Ron Paul supporter. Now I know that's a big shock, but as soon as I show you these comments, you're gonna realise just how far up the intellectual ladder these Ron Paul supporters are. You're gonna see how much they know so much better than us. They know that Ron Paul will guide us to economic safety, and he'll balance the budget and do all the other good things that America needs to do right now. So let's get on to this first comment by someone called Omar the Pug. He says, "Ron Paul is not a fascist. Please use your brain to think, dude. Even in 2008, Ron Paul supporters knew the choice was fascism." So they voted for Ron Paul, and he's not a fascist? Anyway. He goes on to say, who gives a crap about irrelevant social issues that shouldn't be mandated by the federal government anyway? Now, see, this is the kind of intellectual argument that I'm talking about here. This person is so intelligent, he's even arguing against positions and statements that I didn't even make, because I didn't even say he was a fascist, just a loon. But this is the kind of people we're talking about. They're so far off the intellectual scale that we can barely even comprehend the kind of logic and brain power that they're using. Another one here from somebody called WizKid2000 definitely lives up to his name. He goes, see here is the problem. When you don't understand a person's positions, then you can't help but to strawman the fuck out of him. In short, you are fucking stupid in this video. Better luck next time. Now this is the perfect example that I'm talking about. The wit, the logic, the absolute intellectual demolition. This person is the perfect Ron Paul supporter. When you have people like this guy supporting Ron Paul, you can't help but think he's going to get to the presidency. Now the next two are comments by a user named Mutant Kush. I think that's how you pronounce it anyway. His first comment, he put, "What an ignorant video, do your research." Now that struck me right to the core, because it was true, I was just making things up. That's why I did absolutely nothing of. I did no research. I mean, I didn't talk about things that were on Ron Paul's own fucking website. I didn't talk about quotes that he's actually made before. I didn't talk about any of these things. I just made them all up. We should be thankful that people like Mutant Kush are alive and are actually providing us with the use of his intellect. We should all be so grateful that people like this can actually post on YouTube. In one of the later comments he said, "I'm pretty sure you will like Ron Paul's stance if you looked into him a little bit more. You sound like you just googled Ron Paul and chose the opinions of liberals and neocons." And again, he's completely right. I just chose the opinions of other people. I didn't link to Ron Paul's own website to actually find out what he thinks really about abortion. That he's a complete hypocrite because he considers himself a libertarian and is all for individuals' rights, but would actually pass a Sanctity of Life Act, which would define life at conception, so which would effectively ban abortion. I didn't do any of this. I just googled Ron Paul and went, herp, derp, derp, I guess I'm gonna have to talk about Ron Paul now because I'm an agent of the state and I just want the same two-party corrupt system for the next 100 years, derp, derp. Thank you, Mutant Kush. Thank you for commenting on my video, because I have truly seen the light. Clearly, all Ron Paul supporters are absolute geniuses in the field of economics, the military, social security, social issues, everything like that. And the last comment I want to talk about was somebody called Undersea Caveman. He said, "Dude, you are so clueless. Ron Paul has been around 30 years with the same stance. Nothing new. Why don't you do your homework first instead of doing lazy ass superficial blog reviews? Fucking idiots like you are a dime a dozen." That's right, folks. Listen to what this guy says. Ron Paul hasn't changed his opinions for 30 years. Fuck all the new advancements that we've made since then in the fields of technology and biology and all other fields of science. You know, fuck all that stuff. Ron Paul knew he was right 30 years ago, and he's keeping to the same opinions. So, folks, as you can see by these absolute gems of comments that I've received, I have been turned into a Ron Paul supporter. I can't wait until he gets to be president. I mean, yeah, sure, he'll ban abortion, and yes, he did write something in 2002 called "What the First Amendment Really Means," in which he believes that the First Amendment applies only to Congress, which means that freedom of religion, freedom from religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and the right to assemble and petition the government, that only applies to Congress. So yes, he could ban the press from printing unfavourable things about him. He could promote his own religion. He could ban protests. Some states could become theocracies. But hey, at least we won't be in any damn wars, and at least marijuana will be legal. So everyone else, I beg you, take the time to read these comments. I'm sure you'll be as convinced about Ron Paul as I am. Because if these are the type of people that support Ron Paul, then you know you're onto a winner. Cheerio, everyone.